Well, we may have heard the same thing a few years ago, but it seems NBA legend Earvin Magic Johnson is set for a comeback with the LA Lakers. The 36-year-old retired when he discovered he was HIV positive and cut short his first comeback when players began to doubt their safety. Now, this latest return has been cleared by the NBA and is expected as early as next week. You see, Magic bought up a huge block of tickets for Monday's game against the Bulls at the LA Forum. Here's what Magic and others had to say about today's newspaper reports.
We just have to see. I've been practicing with the Lakers. I have had about 3 or 4 practices with them. I've enjoyed every minute of it. I've been working out really hard. So we have to see what happens.
I'm sure a guy like Earvin would be able to fit in just about any position and help our ball club.
It's just going to help us out a lot. And I think the most important thing is his experience and his knowledge of teaching to help other players be, you know, what they should be.
Actually, I played in the game where he retired after his comeback, and where he did get cut in that game and was a little nervous about that and decided to hang it up then. But like I said, we've come a long way since then.
They know that you can't get a little cut and that somebody's going to get HIV. That's crazy. So I think everybody understands that nobody was educated. Yourself, myself, the media, nobody. And now everybody's educated because of me 4 years ago.
Magic was a great player. And one day when I have a family, I can tell my children that I played against and played with the great Magic Johnson.
Now, this is Sports Tonight. Welcome back to you and Magic Johnson. As you'd expect, there's plenty of anticipation and reaction in the United States over this unique comeback. 4 years after proving HIV positive, 36-year-old Johnson is trying to prove the man is even greater than the legend.
Hey, I'm back.
Earvin Magic Johnson using the same 2 words Michael Jordan used last year, making his comeback for the Lakers and NBA official. And the American press couldn't get enough.
It's time to come back. And I wanted my son and my daughter to see me play. And I didn't think I went out the way I wanted to go out before. And that's the reason I'm back.
Magic retired in late '91, stunning America with his HIV revelation. But he always left the door open.
I hope that if I do decide to come back, you won't be upset if we did this all over again.
After an aborted comeback in 1992, Magic made up an all-star team, playing around the world and educating people about AIDS and the HIV virus. Even in Australia early last year, a comeback seemed the furthest thing from his mind.
If Michael Jordan was still playing, maybe I would consider it. But all the great players that I played against are not playing anymore. And so there's no challenge for me.
But Jordan and the challenge returned, and now so has Magic.
Another person can just come on back, you know, HIV, whatever. This is for everybody that has any kind of handicap or anything. You know, life goes on, and life has gone on for me, and it will continue to go on.
3 years ago, Karl Malone was one player to express reservations about Magic coming back because of the virus and the frequency of on-court cuts.
If you got the AIDS virus, it'll be hard for me to play as hard as I'm capable of playing.
Today, after Magic's own education initiatives, the feeling is more supportive from Malone and others.
I think it's great if you want to come back. I think it's great for the game and great for the organization. I think he will have an impact on the game, have an impact on his team. I'm all for it. Now that he's decided to come back, I'm happy for him. I think he should. If he feels good and he wants to play, he should be playing.
You got the only guy in America who can kick your butt and smile at the same time back on the court.
Magic led the Lakers to the playoffs 9 times and 5 championships in an era writers dubbed Showtime. With the Lakers competitive again, Los Angeles is hoping he can lift the team to a championship again. His first match against Michael Jordan's Bulls on Friday.
Well, the Lakers didn't play today, but the new-look Hornets did. Charlotte made pretty good use of recent signing Kenny Anderson, who joined them from New Jersey. They had a win over Cleveland. The Sixers had a rare win, but it was only Vancouver. Utah and Seattle won. Very important wins for them. And New York beat Miami again. Former Knicks coach Pat Riley hoping the Heat would scorch the Garden, but not the way the Knicks played. Patrick Ewing shot 16 of his 35 points in the first quarter alone. Charles Oakley played a hand. He rebounded strongly and played up to the crowd as well. Now, despite a high turnover count, Miami started to come back. Rex Chapman's cheeky overhead pass. Alonzo Mourning gets up for the jam and they're within 1 point. But then Hubert Davis came on for the Knicks, sinking 3 perimeter shots. And poor old Pat Riley left to lament his coaching switch. The Heat struggling to make the playoffs. Not the case for New York. Sporting comebacks, well, there's one round every corner and most are hardly worth a look. But Magic Johnson proved today he's the real thing. When he stepped out with the Lakers 4 years after retiring, he almost pulled off one of basketball's rare deeds, a triple-double, as he led Tinseltown to a 10-point victory.
It was the sight Lakers and NBA fans had thought would never be again. Earvin Magic Johnson, even in pre-game practice, a hero once more. Outside the packed forum, the fans were flocking to see the return of Showtime.
And welcome back, Magic. It's showtime, baby.
Hey, Magic, welcome back. We love you, and good luck.
Well, who wouldn't want to go see Magic Johnson? He's the best point guard of all time.
The Lakers started with Magic on the bench, but less than 2.5 minutes into the first quarter, the packed house were on their feet.
Warm-ups are coming off, and Magic Johnson returns.
Bigger and slower than his last NBA game 4 years ago, Magic couldn't make a perfect return.
Hook shot, Magic misses his first shot over Joe.
But it was soon clear the touch and class was still there.
Oh my! They're on their feet! Magic's first 2 points! Rebound Divac. The Magic. Nice. Ball fake.
Magic savvy earned him 10 points by half-time. The Lakers riding the emotion for a healthy lead. The Warriors could never really stop the flow. The Lakers' new faces laying on their own shot. But this was Magic's night. 19 points, 10 assists, 8 rebounds. Magic was back.
Praise him. I can't tell you how I feel. I feel so great.
You know what? It's in your face. You don't have to say it.
The comeback of all comebacks. Magic Johnson returned from 4 years self-imposed NBA exile to the Forum in Los Angeles today. Magic dominated in his return, almost grabbing what's described as the triple-double, as he led Tinseltown to a 10-point victory.
It was the sight Lakers and NBA fans had thought would never be again. Earvin Magic Johnson, even in pre-game practice, a hero once more. Outside the packed forum, the fans were flocking to see the return of Showtime.
And welcome back, Magic. It's showtime, baby.
Hey, Magic, welcome back. We love you, and good luck.
Well, who wouldn't want to go see Magic Johnson? He's the best point guard of all time.
The Lakers started with Magic on the bench, but less than 2.5 minutes into the first quarter, the packed house were on their feet.
Warm-ups are coming off, and Magic Johnson returns.
Bigger and slower than his last NBA game 4 years ago, Magic couldn't make a perfect return.
Hook shot, Magic misses his first shot over Joe.
But it was soon clear the touch and class was still there.
Oh my! They're on their feet! Magic's first 2 points! Rebound Divac. The Magic. Nice. Ball fake.
Magic savvy earned him 10 points by half-time. The Lakers riding the emotion for a healthy lead. The Warriors could never really stop the flow. The Lakers' new faces laying on their own shot. But this was Magic's night. 19 points, 10 assists, 8 rebounds. Magic was back.
With Magic Johnson and the ball, and just look at the elation on his face.
I can't even talk. Oh, man. I can't tell you how I feel. I feel so great.
You know what? It's in your face. You don't have to say it.
Next, the big test. The Lakers face Michael Jordan's Bulls in 3 days.
I know it's going to be a 3-0. I cannot wait. I just want to smack him one good time. Just take a hard foul on him and say, hey, I'm back, Michael.
Amazing scenes in Los Angeles tonight with the comeback of basketball legend Magic Johnson.
He's about to come out. Here it comes.
Johnson was playing his first NBA game since retiring 4.5 years ago when he became affected with the HIV virus. Despite the break, none of the old magic was missing as he steered the Lakers to a 10-point victory over the Warriors.
Oh, Magic, a head and shoulder fake, goes under ovations. Listen to the crowd.
Good morning. The Magic is back. To the roar of an adoring Los Angeles crowd, Magic Johnson returned to basketball last night after a 4-year retirement brought on by the AIDS virus. He scored 19 points, had 10 assists, and 8 rebounds, played as if he'd never been gone, and once again has fans believing in Magic today, Wednesday, January the 31st, 1996.
From NBC News, this is Today with Bryant Gumbel and Katie Couric, live from Studio 1A in Rockefeller Plaza.
It is a great sight to see, isn't it? Good morning and welcome to Today on this Wednesday morning. It's the last day of January. Bryant's off this week. I'm Matt Lauer.
And I'm Ann Curry, and this morning for Jane Pauley, who's in this week for Katie Couric, who's on maternity leave. I feel like the utility player, the one who's on the bench the whole season, and the coach says, we have nobody else.
Wait a second, so that means John Palmer's at the news desk now filling in for you, and you were filling in for me.
That's right.
So if you're scoring at home, John bats first next inning, and he'll play right field for the rest of the game. Welcome, everybody. We're going to get more on the return of Magic Johnson in just a few minutes. It really was terrific last night. Also,
yes, Magic Johnson is back from the sidelines, and he's come back in very grand style. 4.5 years after he retired because of the AIDS virus, last night he returned to action. NBC's John Frankel has more on a truly magic night.
The fans were lined up. They'd been counting the days for Earvin Magic Johnson's return to the NBA since his retirement 4.5 years ago.
He'll bring back the thing, one of the things Los Angeles needs is a lot of spirit and a lot of good feelings about each other. And he stands for that.
Through the first half of the season, the Lakers ranked in the bottom 6 of attendance in the NBA until the night the Magic returned.
Listen to this crowd. They speak.
It's, one of the most exciting days of my life ever.
If some players were reluctant to play against Magic Johnson in 1992 due to his HIV infection, there were no signs Tuesday night.
They were saying, welcome back. We're glad to have you back. And it was good to see all those guys, too.
It was very exciting. It was electrifying. So I enjoyed myself to the fullest.
I didn't know what was going to happen tonight. I just came out here to have some fun, and indeed I did.
It was great theater, a time for Magic to come home again.
I do what I do best, just play basketball.
And he plays again Friday night against Michael Jordan and the Chicago Bulls. John Frankel, NBC News, Los Angeles.
The Magic was back last night in the NBA. Magic Johnson, to be exact, after a 4-year retirement because of the AIDS virus, Johnson made a triumphant return to the Los Angeles Lakers last night, scoring 19 points in just 27 minutes. You can imagine what would have happened if he could have played the whole game. It's now, let's see, 7:32. Back to Matt and Ann.
John, what's amazing about that, his career average for scoring is only 19.7 points. So, I mean, he was right up there in, as you said,
Amazing.
only half a game.
Yeah.
It really is.
Yeah.
Great comeback for him. Let's go outside right now, Al Roker.
To basketball now, and even the return of the great Magic Johnson wasn't enough to stop the winning run of the Chicago Bulls in the NBA yesterday. The much-awaited showdown between Johnson and Michael Jordan dominated the match, but the Bulls cruised to victory by 99-84 to post their 18th straight win.
The Stars were out in force for the game of the year and the clash between two of the greats. As expected, Michael Jordan and Magic Johnson didn't disappoint. This Magic hook shot helped the Lakers to an early 6-point lead, but for Magic, the Bulls and in particular Dennis Rodman had a special welcome in store. The Lakers, though, were never in the hunt during the second term. Jordan finished with 17 points, Magic 15, as the Chicago Bulls made it 18 wins in a row. Their 41-3 record, the best season start in NBA history.
This was good for me. This was very good for me to play against Dennis. It was very good for us as a team to play against the Bulls. We got an old-fashioned whooping, no question about it, but it lets us know how far we have to go, what we have to do.
Yeah, still Magic Johnson plays the second match of his NBA comeback tomorrow, and the whole of the world will be watching. Johnson meets Jordan.
Oh, man, it's going to be wild. Wow. Michael and the Bulls.
That's a sentiment felt by many right now. And when the two ex-retirees meet Friday night, they'll have something of a score to settle. In their 12 career meetings, they've split wins and losses down the middle. Jordan owns the bulk of scoring, steals, and blocks, but being like Mike was never Magic's act anyway, and he'll probably play limited minutes in this meeting since it's only his second game back. But while the world awaits their second coming, both Magic and Michael feel it's business as usual.
It's no different. No different. I mean, I think I'm very happy for him, but, our objective point of view is to go out and play the game of basketball, and I think he came back for the reason that we all play this game, which is the love of the game, and I wish him well.
They have the best passing team. They're also the best defensive team, and they're the team right now that wants their will to win is higher than everybody else. And the main thing is they know how to win. And that's what I'm trying to instill into our guys.
But it won't happen overnight. And though Magic's return does put a new face on the Lakers, Jordan says they still have a lot to learn about how to handle championship-type pressure.
Magic could inform him of that, but he can't play for them, and that's one of the things that I found out. I mean, as much as you come back, you'll be contenders, but until you go out and put work on the basketball court, it's not really a serious contender.
Magic will undeniably help the Lakers grow up on the court, and he'll open things up as well, leaving opponents guessing much more than they used to.
A point forward is a guy that can play point guard, 2, 3, 4. So, he can play from the point guard to the forward. So, he'll go down low and post up on a big man and guard a big man. Then on the other end, a big man will have to guard him, or he'll play point guard and the smaller guard will have to guard him. So, they're in a good situation right now.
He's saying that he's going to not dominate and let it still be their team and try to fit in with them. But I think as it gets later in the year and he gets in better shape, he'll return to his dominant self, and the other guys will play off of him.
I mean, he's bigger, he's stronger. He still has the same moves, and I'm just glad he's happy. And I'm just glad that the people saw him smiling again.
And the Lakers hope that magical smile will once again be a fixture in the NBA Finals.
Well, a big surprise in the NBA, the unbeatable Bulls finally cracked, Chicago losing to Miami. The Bulls went down 113-104, breaking a 7-game winning streak. The other results for you: Indiana, Atlanta, Charlotte. The Lakers were also winners, while Minnesota, the Magic, Phoenix and San Antonio collected victories. But let's go to Miami now, where the Bulls were slow to get off the mark. Even with MJ and Scotty working the moves, the Bulls were down by 5 at the first. Now to the second, a Rex Chapman Trey Fest. Let's count them down. That was 1 3-pointer. This is 2 3-pointers. Now for number 3 3-pointers. And this one is 4. Oh, sorry, that's the bear. You see, Rex even got a bit friendly with Michael, but who cares when you're this hot? Chapman landed 8 straight, 9 all up, and a total of 39 points. You reckon that's impressive? Well, try this one. Bullets Mitchell Butler, ball in hand. Keep your eyes on the clock and the ball. Oh, baby, he nets it. 3-pointer, you say? From there, no way. It's more like a play of the day.